24 minutes to 8 o'clock. This is Morning News Today on ENC. Now, fuel prices will be going up for the second time this year. A litre of petrol will cost more than 70 cents more, while diesel climbs 90 cents, and that's from midnight tonight. But it doesn't stop there. The general fuel levy and the road accident fund levy will also be going up next month. Remember, that was announced in Parliament by Tito Mboweni during his budget speech just a few weeks ago. That's our finance minister. Now, let's explore the impact. Leighton Beard is speaking for the Automobile Association, that's the ANA, joining us now live from our studios in Pretoria. Of course, the headlines this morning, Leighton, are things like brace yourself for a big fuel price hike tonight. It's really crunch time, so to speak, for motorists and consumers.
Yeah, Dan, it is. And I think the point that we made was that it was crunch time before the increase. This increase is, I think, going beyond crunch time. I think people who are living hand to mouth, or people who are counting those pennies every month, are now really going to feel the impact of this increase. It's not great news. If you consider that on a 50-litre tank of petrol, it's an extra 35 Rand that you're paying for that. It is a lot of money. And obviously, I think one of the things that we expect to see happen is that everything becomes more expensive. When you look at the diesel increase of 93 cents, that's an input cost for businesses and for the agricultural sector, and they're going to recover that somehow. And the way that they're going to recover it is they're going to charge us more for goods and services.
And of course, we know that this is largely due to international crude oil prices, and we have no control over that. We buy our fuel in dollars.
Correct. I mean, that's absolutely right. I think when it comes to the fuel price, a lot of people ask me all the time, well, where's the wiggle room for government? Well, in terms of the Rand-US dollar exchange rate, you've got to look for a climate of investment. You've got to look for economic policy certainty. But in terms of the international crude oil prices and the petroleum prices, there's very little that the government can do about that. So when we look at the fuel price increase, the bulk of that increase is coming from international petroleum increases. And as you said, there's very little we can do about that.
But can we do something else as motorists, as consumers? Can we pool our cars to drive together in the morning to and from work? What else does the AA think? What kind of advice can you give to ordinary motorists who want to save a little bit?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think the first thing is you've got to make sure that you've got a budget drawn up and that your budget is accurate and that you know exactly what you're going to be spending on fuel every month. Obviously, carpooling is an option if that's available to you. If you can avoid using your car, then do that. If you want to use, if you want to walk to the shops instead of using your car, especially for the short trips, it's not going to work for everybody, but that's something that you can consider. And then obviously the thing that we tell people all the time, make sure your car is in a good working condition so that it uses the right amount of fuel and not any more. This is a time where you've really got to explore how you can save a little bit of fuel, because in the long run, you won't be saving a little, you'll be saving a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what the oil price is doing this morning, what the price is like, but just ahead of the 1st of April, when the fuel levy and the road accident funds are going to kick in after the budget speech by Minister Tito Mboweni, I mean, one wonders how many more increases we could be forecasting, Leighton.
Yeah, look, it's very difficult to speculate, Dan, as to what the fuel price is going to do going forward. I think when we look at the numbers, on a daily basis, at the moment they're not promising, but that picture can change. Obviously, we're concerned that the taxes are going up, and we're concerned that the taxes, including the carbon tax, which comes in June, are a go-to tax for government, and they're an easy tax to collect. It is something that is of concern, and we know that government, for instance, is looking at different mechanisms to deal with the fuel price. It is likely, if the basic fuel price doesn't drop in April, that we could see another significant increase in April, and again, obviously, in June, when the carbon tax comes into play. It's very difficult to speculate if the fuel price is going to go up or down on any given day, let on any given month, but I think the outlook at the moment is not positive.
Thank you very much. Not positive outlook. Thank you, Leighton Beard, speaking on behalf of the Automobile Association from our studios here in Pretoria.